The Little Broken Toy. Once upon a time, in a quiet village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a little boy named Henry. Henry had many toys, but his favorite was a wooden soldier named Albert. Albert was not like the other toys. His arm had broken long ago, and though he had been mended several times, the repairs were never perfect. Despite his imperfections, Henry loved him dearly. One winter's evening, as the village lay covered in a blanket of snow, Henry was playing with Albert by the fireplace. He noticed that Albert's leg had become loose again. In a moment of frustration, Henry muttered, "Why can't you be perfect like the others?" He tossed Albert carelessly onto the rug and turned his attention to a shiny, new toy train. Albert lay on the rug, feeling a strange sadness. He knew he wasn't perfect, but he had always tried his best to be a good companion to Henry. He watched as Henry played with the train, its bright colours and smooth movements captivating the boy's attention. Albert felt a pang of loneliness. Suddenly, a loud gust of wind rattled the windows, and the fire in the hearth flickered. A small ember popped out and landed on the rug, dangerously close to the curtains. Henry, engrossed in his train, didn't notice, but Albert did. Despite his loose leg, he managed to roll himself slightly, pushing himself just enough to nudge a small woven mat towards the ember. The mat landed on top of the glowing coal, smothering it just before it could ignite the curtains. The room was filled with the smell of smoke, and Henry finally looked up. He saw the smouldering mat and the near-miss disaster. His eyes then fell on Albert, lying nearby. He realized what had happened. He picked Albert up gently, examining the little soldier. "Albert," Henry whispered, his voice full of remorse, "you saved the house. You weren't perfect, but you were the one who helped." He carefully reattached Albert's loose leg, this time with extra care. From that day on, Henry understood that perfection wasn't everything. Albert's imperfections didn't make him any less valuable. In fact, they had even played a part in saving the day. Henry cherished Albert even more, realizing that true worth comes not from flawless appearance, but from loyalty, bravery, and a kind heart. He learned that everyone has their own strengths, and sometimes it's the things that make us different that make us truly special.